What were your thoughts on the Tupac biopic, All Eyez on Me?
I liked it.
What was your review on that?
My review on the Tupac movie
There's
was
a lot of mixed reviews.
Of course. There was hella mixed reviews. I liked the movie. I think they did great. This is the thing. What I didn't like was that I had peers, some of the homies were hating on it. And it seemed like, based on their experience talking about other movies and showing me that they're a decent critic of a thing, that they didn't know what the hell they was talking about. They didn't know what in the fuck. But they knew that if they say they didn't like the Tupac movie, that it made them sound like a bigger Tupac fan. I ain't like the Pac movie because of the way that blah, 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 blah. Even the people who were in his life, like Jada Pinkett, who tweeted out, there were some inconsistencies in the story. It's a movie. If he wrote you a poem and mailed it to you or handed it to you, that's not as dope on screen as him reading it. I felt like Jada should have been more supportive of the film. Her actress, the actress that played her was fire. I wish I could recall her name right now. It's not coming to me. She was so dope. Like if you watch a lot of acting, if you watch a lot of movies, you have to appreciate the choices that they make. Right? Like, say somebody runs in the studio right now with a gun. We acting. I got several options and choices of emotions that I could reflect. I'm going to channel different experiences I've already had. Maybe I've been in a traumatic situation. She made a choice that I hadn't seen in real life, in any other movie. It was not. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, spoiler alert. You should have been seen it anyway. Jada Pinkett and Pac's relationship was such that they was always shooting shit, always cracking jokes. He read her a love poem that was, at that point, I believe the deepest thing he had written. And I looked to my left and right, and there was people crying in the theater. So I know it was connecting. I was like, you ain't gonna get me. The actress that played Jada made a choice I had never seen before. She started crying. One single tear rolls down her eye, and then she shoots the shit some more. Even in the midst of we can visibly see her expressing emotion, she still had thick skin. Name a movie. Name a movie that happens in. The only other time I seen somebody with thick skin crying was Set It Off, when Queen Latifah was in the car and it was the end and she lit her cigarette and she started crying and she was like, I'm finna do it. But even that comes from a different set of emotions. That wasn't from a heartfelt place. That was from a I'm finally cornered place. You know what I'm saying? Jada should have been hella happier. I want to commend L.T. Hutton on his job because he came in and he brought that thing together despite all the adversity of whether it was family conflict, conflicts with the directors, conflict. Like, there was a lot. It takes a lot to get a movie done, even for low budget. And when you talk about all that money and all these personalities, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So I want to commend them on making it. I felt it was really good. And for anybody hating on it, you need to consider this fact. How can you hate on the best movie we've got with Pac in it, and we don't even know who killed him? It's not finna be no another movie. Nobody's gonna follow this up going, oh, I'm gonna make the right movie. This was it. You gotta take it for what it was. Let's find out who killed him.
Now, where does this movie rate in all-time best hip-hop biopics of all time?
Give me 5 more.
Well, a lot of people liked the NWA Straight Outta Compton one.
Yes.
And there were a lot of mixed reviews on the Notorious B.I.G. one.
Okay.
And there's a few other hip-hop biopics out there.
I think the best one, hands down, is 8 Mile. Because Eminem virtually carried that movie. He was on the screen so much. It wasn't a big cast of people. Second movie that I liked a lot that was hip-hop was 50 Cent's joint. Virtually the same reason. I did like NWA a whole bunch. But there were so many people entering the story and intertwining it that I was like, we're not getting character development. I need to know, where's Nate Dogg? Where's Snoop? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see cameos of some of the best artists of all time. I want to see that. So we have to wait because they're making it, from what I understand. But yeah, then I put the Pac movie. I think Demetrius Shipp was a great Pac. He looked dead on like him. And about 3/4 of the way through the movie, I was like, is this old footage or is this him? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I liked it.
The difference in those movies compared to the ones that you liked was 50 Cent played himself,
Yep.
and Eminem played himself.
Yep.
These other movies, the Notorious B.I.G., the Tupac, the N.W.A., the rappers didn't play themselves in those movies.
Which is why I'm saying it was dope. Demetrius Shipp had to play somebody who was from a generation ahead of him who he never met, who he just made kind of look like or have seen some footage on or heard some raps. He never got the chance to sit down with the actual person like Jamie Foxx did when he played Ray. He never got the chance to sit down and reflect with himself. He's not Pac. You are who you are. To say I'm gonna be an entire another person for that takes a lot of acting acumen. I think you did great, especially for a young cat, first time out, dope. Even Ice Cube, it's his son. It's not just another kid that looked like Cube. I'm sure there's other people that look more like Cube than Cube's son does. But he knows his dad. Demetrius didn't get to ride around with Pac and be taught stuff and, you know, see the game from the inside. So I thought it was dope.
What did you think of them overdubbing the person that played Snoop Dogg's character with Snoop Dogg's real voice?
I thought it was dope with Snoop to even volunteer that as an option. That's what I thought. I've heard hearsay that there was a few people that came to see a private screening with like a LT or one of the other producers. And they came with the intention of tearing it apart. We're saying this is trash. This is a bad representation of what we did and who we are. And they left saying, what can we do to help? Because it's dope. That's hearsay, but it's strong hearsay. So I can appreciate a Snoop for that. Furthermore, it also re-elaborates the point that Jada was tripping. Because if Snoop can reach out and Snoop can pull up and he can watch it and say, let me contribute my voice to me, then why would you sit back for the 7 or 8 years it takes to make the film and wait until the day it comes out to just slam it? Why not wait a month after it's killing box office sales? Do that for the family. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a lot of details I don't know. I know I sound like I'm some type of little Tupac professor right now.
A little bit.
But I just don't understand the naysay. Like, it's hard enough to make a film, let alone a black film, let alone a black film of somebody who we treated like Jesus. You know how hard it is to get that right? When somebody's the savior of all of our culture? Come on. People are mad at the Gandhi movie. Passion of the Christ got critics.
Now, when you get a movie like this, big budget, a hip-hop biopic, somebody as big as Tupac, other names are going to be drawn out of a hat of who people want to see next, right? And I've heard they're working on a Master P one, and they're working on a this and a that. Who would you personally want to see, whether they're working on it or not?
I think you're more familiar with what else is getting worked on. How about you say them, and I'll say yes or no if I'm interested. Is that cool?
No, well, this question was, I wanted to see who you personally would like to see a biopic.
You're saying like if I could see anyone?
Yeah, whether they're working on it or not.
I'm not interested in seeing Masterpiece, which means it might be a masterpiece. Because when you go on with low expectations, they got room to knock the ball out the park. That was wrong with the Pac thing. Everybody went in expecting to see Titanic. You got to go in with every movie. Go in with it low. I don't even look at Rotten Tomatoes. I want to judge it myself.
Well,
as far as what?
Well, I was going to say, also there was a lot of expectation on how good it was going to be because how well the NWA Straight Outta Compton one a year and a half before was so critically acclaimed, so many good reviews about that movie, made so much money. I think that it also had a lot of expectation just on how good that one was. That people were expecting this to be at the same par.
And
worst case scenario.
I think they still did pretty good. A lot of the actors were the same across all of the films. Look how many Spider-Man failed with massive budgets. Spider-Man, they just got it right. And even that's up for debate with some people. As far as who I would like to see a film on.
Anybody personally?
It's an artist though.
Yeah, a hip-hop biopic. Who would you want to see on the big screen?
Hip-hop biopic. I think I would like to follow the journey of like, it wouldn't be one person, but I would like to see like Rap a Lot. I would like to see, you know, the effect of Swisher House and chopping and screwing music to the game. I'd like to see, and I find that stuff interesting. We've now seen the birth of hip-hop in New York. We've now seen the birth of hip-hop in L.A. Can we follow it in the South? And Rap-A-Lot was fire. And I'm from Seattle, so for me to have a tape, it's ridiculous. I've been rocking with the Southern Smokes. Southern Smoke, all that. But I'm just saying, I think I would like to see that. I'd like to see the UGK to Bun B. I'd like to see who all came through the Rap-A-Lot halls, and what was that like? What was the effect of
DJ Screw?
Nah. Is it BMF?
Yeah.
What was the effect of BMF on the hip-hop game?
Well, 50 Cent, I believe, is working on a BMF series.
Yeah, I heard he bought the rights. But if that doesn't go through the South, then I don't think it's being done right. But, who am I? Hell, I'll just be in it. But I would like to see that, though. I would like to see the Rap-A-Lot. I want to see a young comedian there, and I want to see Paul Walsh struggle to be taken serious as a white boy from Houston who got bars. They could show that. Like, that could just be one little part of a massive film, and I would like to see that.
Mike Jones.
Who?
Slim Thug.
Yeah.
All that. It was all
of that.
Chameleonaire.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And Chameleonaire probably could help put it together. He's a genius. I heard he's like buying into tech companies and stuff now.
Those are facts.
You feel me? So I feel like that'd be a juicy thing to watch. If it's not them, I want to watch like Uncle Luke, 2 Live Crew, the South Miami takeover. I think that'd be wild.